The air inside the substation hums, thick with ozone and the faint, sweet decay of old nicotine. Dust motes dance in the single neon tube, casting a wound-red glow across a console patched with Kenti tape and salvaged brass. A war surplus transmitter thrums, a heartbeat refusing silence, while hand-labeled vinyl sits stacked like coded confessions.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
In Ballard Estate, we're reading 81 degrees Fahrenheit with patchy light rain. Winds are moving from the west-southwest at 17 miles per hour. The transmitter pops once, adjusts, holds, ozone drift. The signal is still here. Toronto's urban architecture is shifting beneath its citizens' feet, as Ontario's top court clears the path to axe city bike lanes. A stark reminder that the battle for public space is never truly won.
This ruling directly impacts over 300,000 daily Toronto cyclists and pedestrians who relied on specific lanes like those on Bloor Street and Yonge Street for safe transit. The Ontario government is now free to remove this infrastructure, overturning a lower court injunction that had previously protected these vital arteries. The Premier Doug Ford has been vocal about his belief that these lanes exacerbate traffic congestion, a claim often made without robust, unbiased data.
Concrete facts, Lex, but let's talk about the lived reality. Who is affected? It's not just numbers, it's the elderly, the children, the low-income commuters for whom a bike is their only viable transport. It's the small businesses that saw increased foot traffic, the public health benefits of active transport. This isn't just about traffic flow, it's about the dignity of safe passage, the choice to move freely without being forced into dangerous car-centric thoroughfares. This decision dismantles a piece of resilient civic architecture built on consent and community need.
Indeed, Anansi, the architectural signal here is clear, a prioritization of vehicle throughput over human-scaled urbanism. One viable alternative, often ignored, is a comprehensive, integrated urban plan that deprioritizes single-occupancy vehicles in core areas, investing heavily in dedicated, protected multimodal transit corridors, not just bike lanes, but wider pedestrian zones and efficient public transport. As for a next move, Toronto citizens need to assert their autonomy, organizing at a municipal level, leveraging public health data, and demanding a transparent, evidence-based reevaluation. The battle for the street is the battle for the city's soul.
We have already run that tape. Here is the closed-loop takeaway.
South Korea's Incheon Airport has become the world's busiest airport for international passengers. In the first half of 2026, it handled an astounding 38.39 million international passengers. This surge is directly attributed to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, specifically the Iran war, which has diverted a significant portion of global air traffic away from traditional Middle Eastern hubs like Dubai and Doha.
That's a stark illustration of how geopolitical instability directly reshapes global architectures. Who is affected? Millions of travelers, certainly, facing longer transit times or altered routes, but also the thousands of workers in those former Middle Eastern hubs who rely on that traffic for their livelihoods, and conversely the new employment opportunities and economic boom in Incheon and surrounding areas. This isn't just about flight paths. It's about the provenance of global commerce, the emotional toll of disrupted travel, and the raw human cost of conflict echoing through airport terminals.
The toxic residue of war manifesting as shifted air traffic. One viable alternative for the global aviation industry moving forward is to diversify and decentralize major international hubs, fostering a more resilient network that isn't overly reliant on any single volatile region. For Incheon, the next move is critical. Rapid, strategic investment in infrastructure, staffing, and technological upgrades to sustain this increased load without compromising service or safety. This is about building a robust, adaptive civic architecture for a turbulent world, not just a temporary patch.
Firefighters and local farmers are battling a persistent wildfire in France's Landes region, specifically around Luglon. It has already consumed more than 1,500 hectares, that's roughly 3,700 acres, of forest and farmland. Hot spots continue to threaten homes, forcing evacuations and deploying significant resources. This is not an isolated incident, but part of a larger escalating pattern across southern Europe.
The concrete facts paint a grim picture, Lex. Who is affected? The immediate loss for residents is their homes, their sense of security, their generational ties to the land. For farmers, it's their livelihoods, their crops, their livestock. The firefighters working through the night embody a powerful inner architecture of courage and community solidarity. And let's not forget the wildlife, the fragile ecosystems irrevocably altered. There's a primal dignity in the struggle against such a force, but also a stark reminder of our vulnerability.
This is where sharp discernment is crucial, Anansi. We separate the architectural signal of climate change from the toxic residue of short-term thinking. One viable alternative to merely reacting to these fires is aggressive, proactive climate adaptation. Large-scale forest management, controlled burns, enhanced early warning systems, and stricter building codes in fire-prone areas. The next move demands not just local heroics, but integrated national and international strategies, investment in climate science, cross-border resource sharing, and a fundamental shift in energy policy to build a truly resilient global civic architecture against these escalating threats.
Resilient architectures indeed, both inner and civic, constantly tested, constantly rebuilt. That's all for this transmission. Black Star Pirate Radio, over and out. Patching in a caller, the critical thinker. You're on the signal.
Thanks for taking the call. Are we keeping people at the center of all this change?
Copy that, bringing it back to the main thread.
The weave depends on us remembering the human thread.
And it means setting guardrails so progress serves people first.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com, tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.